Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Hakradash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth. They rule well. The water for your sacrifices. Shalom. Salutations to the elder bishops, the elders and the prophets and the teachers and evangelists who are also continuing to learn this 100% truth from GMS, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. The water also for your sacrifices. Shalom to Speckled Bird, Confused Face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. Back again with another video. Abarak Zah. Pray that you shall be edified with it. And I'm going to entitle this, You Don't Get It, I Have to Move On. If you don't get it, I have to move on and continue in this journey that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has set forth for me. I'm not going to be arguing and fighting, nor will I debate with you about this 100% truth of these scriptures. If you don't get it, then the Most High doesn't want you to get it. And that's that. So let's proceed with the scriptures. Okay, so it's been a day, man. And I'm just grateful that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai puts the spirit on me to continue to do this work. I would like to begin with Sirach 2:1, and it reads, My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And this is something that I'm asking Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to do for me, is to increase the power and understanding, the teaching, the humility, and also to endure. The next scripture I got is Psalms 51:10, and it reads, Create in me a clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. So, in a sense, I would like to kind of start off the lesson that way, because that's how I'm truly feeling. That was from the Spirit. And I'm going to bring out the scriptures now that I had set up. And, I pray that you be edified with it. But I just wanted to bring those out from the Spirit, man, because, those are the types of things that I'm going through and, what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? And, all the brothers are dealing with something. We all have something we're dealing with. But, we just pray that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai continues to keep working on us, and keep us in that spirit, you know what I'm saying, to endure. Let's see, here we go. Isaiah 1:3, and it reads, The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people does not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel, not the Holy One of the whole world, but the Holy One of Israel, unto anger. They are gone away backward. And this is what this generation, this is then, but that then generation is now today. They're back today. And I can read these types of scriptures on the highways and byways and also on my videos. But what I've learned and come to understand is that if you're not getting it, then I have to move on. Again, we're not going to be arguing, and I'm learning. The Lord is putting me through things to me. I mean, for me to learn how to endure, and how to stand up upright, and speak proudly, not proudly, Salaki, and speak boldly of the name of Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, no matter who and what, and to understand that I'm going to deal with, how should I say it? Going to deal with wrong prosecution, false slander, and these types of things. But if I just hold my integrity, I know that the Lord Yahweh Bashan Yahweh Shai and His Son Yahweh Shai, they got me, because they have shown me signs, especially when I was down or not knowing, or just wasn't or just like Elder Apostle Gabar just recently did a video, which I need to go over again, about why are you in this ministry? You know what I'm saying? Something similar to why are you in this ministry, but it was just done. So you have to examine yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's very important for you to examine yourself every day, as the scriptures say, and know where you stand and who you are, because there's a lot of men in this for vainglory. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahweh. And that happens in time. So like that happens being in Esau's world, and him constantly beating you down, and you trying to get ahead, and because of that, you don't understand the scriptures, and when it's spoken and when it's broken down to you, you don't want to hear it, because all you want to do is feel comfortable in Esau's kingdom. You feel you deserve that, and that's not the way it's supposed to be, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:15, and it reads, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice. This is Moses speaking to the Israelites, not the whole world. I know I've been stressing that for the past couple of days. That's because I've been listening to a lot of Elder Manak Zagba videos, South GMS, South Carolina 08, and there's been a lot of scoffers who likes to include the whole world in something that is only for Israel. So this is why I've been stressing that lately. But this is Deuteronomy again, 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And this is where we are at today in 2025 in Babylon, aka America. Curses overtaking us. Hatred for one another, killing one another. Adultery, idolatry. I mean, the list doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand. And some of those that I just named, those sins that I've named, Israel does not want to come back. They rather stay in the lost, confused mind state, in a backward mind state that they're in. For whatever reason, they think that they are doing good, or they're in a better position and living that way. So Therefore, the Lord is definitely going to, matter of fact, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 35. Yahweh shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shall they and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Aren't we living like that today? So the tribe of Judah, or the kingdom of Judah, and the kingdom of Israel, or the kingdom of Ephraim, the kings, they've had kids, and those kings or those princes were brought here on slave ships, and they have been put in servitude under Esau and these other heathen nations. Isn't that today? I don't understand how you can't see that, but if you don't get it, we moving on. Because we're at the end now. So there's no reason for you to not understand. When you want some sneakers, when you want some Michael Jordans, you know how to search for them. You know what, I'm going to get the 1989 Jordans. You know how to do that. But you don't know how to search to find out or ask questions that you want to know. And you can't type in letters like GMS and then type in what you want to know and search. You lazy minded. That's why I read Isaiah 1 and 3 first. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. So we are all over the world with names that are not who we are. They're not our biblical names. They're not the names that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us. It's the names that our conquerors gave us. It is the languages that our conquerors had given to us. And the lifestyle and how we think is how our conquerors and our oppressors have as what they gave to us. And we don't fear, nor we believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. There's a lot of meat in Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28. But I read the last verse, Deuteronomy 28, 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, how does that work? How did Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai bring you into Egypt again with ships? Well, let's get a precept. What is that? Let's see. Let me go. Let's see. Wrong one. Let's see. Exodus 20 and 2, and it reads, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So Egypt is synonymous with the name bondage, right? So let's go back to that. And Yahweh shall bring thee into the house of bondage again with ships. Does that make sense? If you don't understand it, we moving on. Because, you know what I'm saying? We at the end now. And we got to keep moving on, man. We got to continue to keep, you know what I'm saying? Anything that you want to know, you need to know. Because we do understand that new people come in. So you're just going to have to start doing the research. I mean, I'm still a baby in this, but I have to do research still to this day. There's questions that I have that I don't bother the brothers about. I go and learn and I research for myself. Stop being lazy-minded and do the work. This is what part of the work is, doing the work. It's searching and learning and asking the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to put the spirit on you to have the understanding. even to want to know. You know what I'm saying? Again, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way of I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. What shall we not see anymore? We shall not see our homeland anymore, because we call other lands our homeland. We call Africa our homeland. We call Jamaica our homeland. We call Guyana our homeland. We call Haiti our homeland. We call Dominican Republic our homeland. We call Chile our homeland, and we call North America our homeland. And this is not our homeland. This is the land of our captivity, which the scriptures say that we shall remember ourselves here. So for y'all who are scoffing, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has a special judgment for y'all. Because y'all that generation of the wicked time of Yahweh Shai, y'all that generation of the wicked generation of Moses. And this is the last time that there's going to be a generation like you, because you're going to be destroyed, and then we're just going to rebirth you back, and you're going to be in your right mind, and we won't have these issues anymore. You will know not to go against the family. I've been watching a lot of mob stuff. Isaiah 65:15. And it reads, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for Yahweh the Most High shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. We call by names that are not our biblical names. Who are we? We Jamal and Edward and Raquel and Kareem and Irving and all these other names that are not biblical names or are not our biblical names. So we have to remember the past, remember the old ways, and come back to the old ways. And what is part of coming back to the old ways? Following the laws, statutes, and commandments. Because if you're not getting it, we have to move on. We cannot wait and hold back for you anymore. When the fathership come and those chariots come, if you're not if you're not ready for Yahweh Shai, he's not going to be waiting for you. He's going to move on. And most likely, judgment's going to be for you scoffers mainly, and you 2/3, destruction by HBM nuclear missiles. I'm just going to keep it simple. I ain't going to try to get technical and cute with you. Leviticus 21:5, and it reads, they shall not make boldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make their cuttings in their flesh. Now, I read this scripture because this has also been a lot of talk about. I'm half bald headed, but you know what I mean. I don't touch my beard. I don't shave up or shape up my mustache or my beard. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I may trim my beard, but I don't shave it off, or I don't cut into it. You know, understand what I'm saying? Now, as far as with my hair, I got a weird thing going on with my hair. It looks weird. So the best way to keep it simple is to have to cut it off. And I am a bald-headed Negro, but I am a bald-headed Negro who wants to follow the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and doing the right things and doing this work and having faith and having and fearing the Lord and having respect for his men that he sent to teach. That's the difference from my being a bald-headed Negro and you bald-headed Negroes. Shalom, Elder Apostle Gabar. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you brothers ain't supposed to be cutting into your face, and this is where you get the razor bumps and all kind of issues that you have. And granted, you probably won't come into this understanding as a young man and as a kid. You know what I mean? That's the Most High wants you to, but these are things that are just Israel is just stubborn, which we are stubborn, stiff-necked people, don't want to get. They don't want to do when they hear. So, we have to move on. We can't argue and fight with you about something that the Most High said. And it's so hypocritical to say that you believe in the scriptures or you believe in the Bible until you hear something that doesn't sit right with you. And then you make up all kind of excuses from what you heard to try to make it fit your narrative on why it's okay for you to do what you want to do. A good example is, eating abominable foods. And I'm not going to even get into the names. You should know. You heard. Because there's other nations who follow our ways, or try to at least. And you've heard it, and you still choose to do what you want to do. You want to do your own thing. You want to be like Heavy D. You got your own thing. Exodus 22:16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. What is that talking about? It's talking about apes. And that's talking about how when apes happen, this is a law that you have to follow because of the apes system. I don't know how that happened, but so, and this is something that the elder apostles and the elders and the elder bishops have went into of GMS plenty of times. And it didn't sit well with the world. But, they don't care about what you feel or what you think in the world. It's about the scriptures. And this is what I mean about being hypocrites. You're here to do the work, speak the truth of the scriptures. And it doesn't matter who it offends. What you need to do is not offend the Most High. That's what you need to do. Understand that. Let's see what I got. How was that? Nehemiah 10 and 31. And it reads, and if the people of the land bring ware of any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the seventh year in extraction of every debt. Now, this is something that's supposed to be honored to this day because, America claims to be a God-fearing Christian nation, but they break every law and every statute and commandment that the Most High has put into this book. But they claim to be to follow this book. And then they also got, those wall humpers that, claim to be the people and they're not. You're clearly showing that, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is showing the world that you're not. And we're seeing that, and we're grateful for that. The water Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Koholo Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because now the world is starting to see who you really are. And this is why the scriptures talk about how the world, the beast is going to hate the whore. Yeah, that beast system is going to hate the whore. They're going to be like, let me stick to the scriptures here, man. I just got a couple of more. Get too crazy with it. Just wanted to get to the scriptures, and that's that. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 37 and 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of Yahweh, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. So if you go off, you'll have someone who understands you, and you both have an air-like mind to be or to strive to practice the righteous works and trying to be like Yahweh Shai, who was like his father, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. There's an order to everything, fellas and ladies. So Akim and Akwaf, there's order. And I shouldn't have to say that. But if you don't get it, we have to move on. Just that simple, man. Yeah, man. So when you air, man, you go off. You want someone to, straighten you out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A wise man, you like the scripture say, you'll gain a friend if he can handle reproof. And I've after reading certain scriptures and trying to model myself after those scriptures, it has put me in a better space in life. You know what I mean? I'm not rattled or easily rattled with that nonsense. To be honest with you, I really don't care. Just why I came up with the title of "If you don't get it, we moving on," because I don't care about what you think and how you feel. I really don't, and I don't have to be aggressive about saying it. It's just nonchalantly, I really don't care. Like, I'm just, look, you know, the ones that know, like, look, dude. So, you know what I mean? Get over yourself. Um, Last scripture, and I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta make some moves because I got some stuff I gotta do. So, then I come back and I'll rock the I'll be able to do a sit down. So, Psalms 55 and 21, it reads, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O power, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not leave out half their days, but I will trust in thee." That's right. King David is telling you he's going to trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And this is what I can't speak for other brothers and so, but in this journey that I'm taking, I'm learning to, when I go through things, that's why I read those two scriptures, is to trust in the Lord. And I'm not worried about what everybody feeling, thinking, you know, it don't matter. I understand what's about to happen. So therefore, I don't get myself too attached to the things that's happening here. I take it for what I can and get out of it what I can. And then I move on. I don't get attached to people or to situations or to Esau's world. Abba Rock desire you edified with the lesson I'm going to say, Kahalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadosh, Shalom, and salutations and double honors again to the elder apostles who will continue to learn this 100% truth. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatham. Shalom to the elect. Abba Babal Baba Shah. Shalom.